This episode is brought to you by In the Crew 512, Austin's first and only streetwear brand. If you're from Austin or even if you just love the city, make sure you check out inthecrew.com. Use the code HALFTIME for 15% off your entire order. Now, enough of me talking. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to another episode of Halftime, man. Y'all know who it is. It's your boy Uncle JB, and I cannot wait to get into this episode because I have two brothers next to me that are part of an amazing band that's up and coming right here in the state of Texas. Not just in Houston, not just in Dallas, not just in San Antonio, not just in Austin, across Texas and one day across the whole globe. So I can't wait to introduce these two brothers, a part of the band Gloom, my man George. And my man Mars, how y'all doing, man?
Doing great, man.
Doing great, man. Thanks for having us here.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for the warm welcome too. I couldn't have said that better myself.
Man, I thank y'all for just taking the time out to drive down to the set. You feel me? And just chop it up with me for
It's
a
a
little
dope
bit.
set, man.
Man, I
It's a dope
appreciate
set.
you. I appreciate you. So before we get into like the making of the band and like what y'all do and stuff like that, if y'all could just tell the family a little bit about yourselves. So I'll start with you, George. Like, if you wouldn't mind just like saying, hey, this is who I am, this is where I'm from, this is what I do in the band, and we'll go from there.
Got you. Yeah. So I'm George. I play drums in Gloom. Kind of from all over the place is how I describe myself. I grew up from a military kind of background. Born in England, lived there for about 12 years, Germany for 6 years, and then moved to Ohio after that. Been in Texas now since 2020. So during the pandemic, kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do, but all my family kind of, on my dad's side at least, they live up in the Lago Vista kind of area, so didn't get to see them a whole lot growing up. That's what kind of brought me out here, as well as the music scene, because I knew I wanted to do that. But I've been a musician all my life, dabble with photography here and there. There was like a brief moment where I stopped doing music out in the Midwest and then came over here trying to meet new friends, doing photography, but found Gloom. They reached out to me in February 2025, and now we're here.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Mars, how about yourself?
I'm Mars. I'm the vocalist for Gloom. I've been mixing and producing music since I was about 10 years old. I come from a family of musicians. My uncle used to play for A.B. Quintanilla, who is Selena Quintanilla's brother. Shout out the Quintanilla family. Love you guys. But yeah, I mean, there's not so much to say. I kind of always knew what I wanted to do since I was at a very young age. I knew the type of music that I wanted to make, and just the whole journey from then to now has just been crazy because I met people that I'd never thought that I would meet in my life. So like a lot of talented heads, like George, Aaron, Isaac, fucking Alan. Shout out Alan. Man, it's been great. It's been great.
That's awesome, man. And so, tell me this, real quick. So you're the lead vocalist, or one of the vocalists for Gloom, right? So, talk to me about the core of what Gloom is, or what does it mean?
Fuck, that's a good question, man. That's a great question, cause, well, at least for me, man, cause, God, you got me stuck. Honestly.
It's kind of a tough question
It's a
because
tough
we're a relatively new band. We formed this year, and I think we take a lot of inspiration from the same kinds of people, but our vision for the bands are vastly different.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we're in this stage now. We dropped an EP called Veiled in Velvet, and it's kind of a mix between bunch of different subgenres of metal. Every song that you listen to on that track is it all sounds cohesive. And that was the whole point. But in terms of like a specific style and direction we want to take the band, they're vastly different.
And
right?
insanely different.
And even some of the new demos that we have are even vastly different than that. So we have so many ideas that are kind of in our head, but like a core like vision of the band is we're still trying to kind of form, I would say. But to describe it, really, it's just like a new metalcore kind of band. We take a lot of inspiration from like Loathe and Deftones, or if you're a fan of those bands, I guarantee you'll like us. But yeah, kind of like this blends of like atmospheric kind of vibes with really, shoegazy. and really like thick, muddy guitars and really, really insane riffs.
Yeah. That's what I saw one of your videos, and I think it's probably with one of your other band members. Um, is it Isaac maybe?
Isaac, yeah.
The guy with the dreads.
Maybe I'm not sure, but y'all were doing a video where y'all were doing y'all's vocals. Y'all were going back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was Isaac.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so dope. So I'm not necessarily I'm not opposed to metal. I've listened to it, especially like working out in different tones and
Yeah, of course.
and you know when I'm in a different mindset, right? I'm never opposed to any type of music or any type of genre. What the beautiful thing though I love about metal and what you did in that video is that you can hear like this softness almost in like this dark room. You know what I mean? That then almost like punches you in the face out of nowhere. And I just loved how y'all kind of like did that. So my question is, how do you inflict or how do you know when to say, hey, you know what, like I want to drive this home, but I'm gonna like inflict this soft voice in this dark world, if that makes sense.
So usually, vocally for me, it comes a lot from the instrumentals, because the way we work is that we usually write the instrumentals first before we lay on the vocals.
Oh.
So I'm kind of envisioning in my head that, okay, if I'm gonna write this part, maybe there's some room for like some sexy vocals, some soft stuff, you know. But just to throw you for a loop, because a lot of people would expect it to be just rah, rah, screaming the entire way, but that's not really the case with us. We do a lot of singing and screaming at the same time sometimes, because there's two vocalists. There's a lot of room to play with.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room to play with. There's a lot of, you know, space to be explored within the
And I
track
love
itself.
that because it almost it did throw me for a loop.
Mm.
It made me like when you came in, you were like kind of just like playing with it a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay, it's kind of like a yo-yo, you know? Like,
Yeah.
kind of just playing around with it. But at the same time, though, you just said so. Y'all write instrumentals 1st, and then you do the vocals. So what are you looking for in the instrumentals?
So the name Gloom, how I kind of perceive it, I mean, it's vague, but it's also descriptive. You know, the feeling of gloominess and stuff like that can be put into an emotion. But then like I think there's like different kind of stages of that. So all of our songs have this, kind of dark tones to it, but the feeling of, just overall gloominess can come from a bunch of different kind of aspects, I guess, so a lot of our songs right now, Aaron he wrote a lot of the Velvet instrumentals, and it was kind of really what he was feeling at the time, and he was going through, he had lost a couple friends, just to suicide and unfortunate circumstances, and but there was also kind of underlyingness of like beauty in that as well, because he had a lot of positive things happen to him as well, and so the music has like these dark themes to it, but he purposely left it open on the guitar for Mars's for singing and something that comes and is a little bit more happy feeling, as opposed to just being this like dark and like even where the subject is dark, leaving space for Mars to come back and lay on some like softer and happier kind of toning sounds.
Because on the EP, there's a song called "A Place Called Home," and that's relatively about missing home, missing your family and stuff like that, and due to the unfortunate circumstances that happened, I that was something that I really resonated with, because within like a week of us writing this one particular song, the same thing happened to me. I had ended up losing my cousin to suicide, and that was a very dark time within the band. And you can definitely hear it in the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the album doesn't so much. It doesn't have like a theme story to it, I would say. It's more so like you go by the songs one on one, but A Place Called Home is the final song, and we knew that it was when we wrote it. it was going to be the final song because it kind of just ties back that kind of positive message. It's like, yeah, you know, you miss home and but you're reminiscent and you're, you know, happy about the times that you know,
That
and
you
the
spent.
memories
Yeah.
and all the memories that you share with some of these people and people that are in your life and out of your life and stuff like that too. So,
You know, it makes me think, and what I'm hearing both of you saying, correct me if I'm wrong, right, is that, you know, pain has helped your creativity.
oh, 1,000%,
1000%,
You
man.
1,000%.
know, and a lot of people run from pain when it comes to creativity, because why would I want to create off of something that's so like that hurts me?
Exactly.
You know, but then you also said there's this beauty in that pain that left room for you to be able to come in and be able to share that beauty, right? And share that joy. And I think that that's so cool that y'all were able to be able to spotlight that.
And build off of each other. Yeah.
So I think that's huge, man. And what would you say though for like somebody that's trying to create not necessarily a band, but create music like this when it comes to pain? Like, how do you explore that?
Just kind of for me, um, you know, I'm one of these people that kind of bottles everything up, right? And then one of these days I just kind of let it out. I've gotten more comfortable with just whatever my thoughts are, just writing them down, even if it's just like not like lyrics to a song or something, just writing down my thoughts. And then that serves as inspiration later. If I pick up, you know, my journal or notebook or something, I can look back at how I was feeling on that particular day and on a day that, you know, okay, I want to get something out, I want to write something, I want to have this creative outlet. Look back on some of those things, and then being able to translate that into a song, I think it was really helpful. But just being comfortable with the pain, you know, and like uh, not not being the person who I was previously, and just like let that bottle up. Like I think, yeah, just being aware and being comfortable with that, with a drive to share that story and tell it in your own kind of way, I think has helped me out a lot in terms of my music and just my overall creative endeavors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like for me, it has to be authentic, you know. Authenticity is a big thing for me. Like when I'm sitting down and I'm putting myself back in those shoes, what does that sound like to me? Right? What does that sound like to me? How is George gonna react while playing the drums to those melodies? You know, it's always about the melodies that will bring out that feeling in you. Even if you're the creator or if you're the listener, you know, it's trying to put those people into your shoes, trying to make them feel like what you felt back at that time. And if I did that to you, then I think I did my job, you know?
Yeah. I was gonna say, like you just kind of said, it's like, what do you think people misunderstand about the music?
Well, I mean, about the genre, and I'm gonna say this generally, like a lot of people think that, you know, the music that we play is like just screaming, 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 like, and that's far from it. You know, there's a lot of emotion put into it. There's a lot of work, a lot of sleepless nights that we did, and it's just it's art, man. It's art. If you can't appreciate art for what it is, what does that say about you as a person? You know?
Because it's not just you singing;
No, it's not.
him also playing, and you also have what, two other members as well?
Yeah.
Two other members as well that's doing their thing. So it's an orchestra.
It's an orchestra, literally. It's us sitting down as a group, or in some cases, me and Isaac, me and Aaron, just orchestrating the entire thing from start to finish, and basically just like piecing it together because it's song by song, and then we go through the songs and try to make it sound like one.
Yeah.
And with revisions and rewrites and stuff like that. We've rewritten Velvet like 6 different fucking times.
That's a whole different story.
That's why it took us so long to write it, because I mean, at the very beginning, we were excited. Like we were so hyped. We just wanted to create, and we ended up just writing a bunch of fucking songs that just did not make the cut because we were growing and maturing so fast, and we were like, I don't think that's how it should be,
Mhm.
you know. But yeah, man.
And going back to your point on it being an art form and trying to represent, how you're feeling to the greater audience. I think not just with Velvet Velvet, but all of our music. We played a couple shows here, not too many. Got a couple more lined up in the near future, but going back to November, around the same time that we dropped Velvet Velvet, we opened up for another band in our kind of space called Holy Water, and
Holy water, yeah.
they're a lot bigger, but that's something that just happened. We don't really know how it
We don't
happened,
know
but
how
it
it
happened.
happened or
But
why.
even those shows, like we go up to Dallas and we play 2 dates, and the first date's up in Dallas, and we played in front of 650 people, 700 people that didn't know who
It
we
was
were.
850 in Dallas.
Oh, even more crazy. Nobody knew who we were. We might have had we had a couple friends that were there, and there was a couple people that knew the words to our songs and were
It was
screaming our
quite a
lyrics back.
few.
There was,
Quite
yeah,
a few.
we got some videos back from the audience where you can really hear it, but like the majority of those people had no idea who we were, and we were the first band to go up. 30 minutes after doors opened, and during our live set, we had their hands jumping up. They crowd surfed Isaac, which was crazy. They jumped up on stage, and a couple people were up on stage for like 2.5 songs, But it just showed that our music has resonated with the
Yeah.
people that didn't know who we were now know who we were, and
Mm-hmm.
we rocked out on stage, and I think we put on an entertaining performance. But people, it comes back to the music, and I think they felt something when we were playing.
That's
100%.
dope.
Yeah.
I think go ahead. You about to say something?
And we're also gonna play a festival with Holy Water.
Again, yeah.
It's a 3-day festival, but unfortunately we're not gonna be playing the same day as them. But we're on the same bill, and that's all we could ask for.
Does it have a date?
Yeah, March 22nd, we're gonna be playing in
Gazed and
Dallas.
Confused.
Gazed and Confused
Yeah.
with Ali Nicholas, Bleed,
Yeah.
Holy Water,
Pool Kids.
Pool Kids, a bunch
Some-
of other cool bands, man.
Yeah.
Man, that's
Some of my
dope.
favorite artists that I never thought that I'd be playing with. So
Real heavy hitters.
yeah, real heavy
And
hitters.
it's kind of cool how it happened like that, right?
So fast.
So fast, like we
Like,
weren't even looking for it.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty because
Yeah,
to me, I look, man. I'm a Christian, man. I believe that God is in all of us, and the one thing that I truly believe that when there's two or three or even more people that are all on the same accord, you can't break that.
No.
Mm-mm.
Just like me getting braids, if I just do 2 strands, you can probably break that. But if I do 3 or 4, you probably can't break that braid. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's stronger, it's thicker,
Mhm.
it's more together.
Mhm.
And y'all got a group that's together, that's all on the same accord, that's all striving for the same thing.
Yeah.
And look what happened so fast.
Yeah. I mean, we manifest a lot.
Yeah.
We manifest a lot. You could say it's the same thing as praying,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just something that we really love to do, and we really want it. We want to be the guys to go out and on tour on a fucking bus and
Yeah.
play our favorite cities and
It's gonna happen.
just build an audience.
I think so. This is like the first band that I've been involved with. Sorry to cut you off.
you're good.
The first band that I've been involved with that everybody shared. Like, I've been in bands where everybody wanted it, but like they say they want it, and then the action
Yep.
is what's different.
Yep.
Here in
Me
this
too.
band, like everybody wants it, and we all are
Marching
committed
at the
to
same
it.
No,
beat.
100%. We're like constantly working towards it, And in one of my previous bands, growing up, it was my first band when I was 16. We played all the way until we were 20, 21.
Mm-hmm.
It was just pretty recent that I kind of just left them because I was a bassist and I'm a producer, I'm an engineer, so would try to engineer for them and stuff like that, and it's just it always went unnoticed. Just stick to playing bass, you'll be fine. It's just wasted
But you
talent.
don't have that for yourself.
I didn't. Growing up, my dad has always told me, dude, you're wasting your talent. You're wasting your talent. You need to either leave them or like just do something because I see you're hurting, and that's what I did. I left, formed Gloom, did things that we never did,
Mm.
you know.
That's what I was gonna ask actually, because you kind of already hit it on it a little bit. Is what was the moment for you that it turned being in a band from a hobby to being like, this is what I am doing, no matter what. This is what I'm doing.
Seeing my uncles play, you know, growing up, going to my uncle's shows. My grandpa, who passed away back in 2009, I was about 9 years old,
Sorry
8,
about that.
something like that. He was a producer. He had a studio that was right next to his house. Like, shit you not, that house was the studio. So growing up, being in the drum room, watching all his friends come in, he's recording me fucking around on the drums, him trying to get me to sing in the mic, and I'm just fucking crying because I'm all nervous. Like, there's a recording of me crying into the mic somewhere out there. Somewhere out there. It's that's long lost. But yeah, dude, it's just seeing that going from an artist, because I used to draw a lot as a kid. I was pretty good, did a lot of commissions. But, you know, as I got older, I found music and I just didn't really have the patience for it anymore, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And again, seeing my uncles, I had the chance to go on tour with AB for about 6 months to a year, I think. It wasn't that long, but we did do a tour around the US, and that was my taste of, you know, what it was like to be on the road. So I fell in love with it. I had a shit ton of fun. There was a lot of drinking. And yeah, man, that's kind of when I knew.
Yeah, that's awesome. What about you, man?
I'm quite the opposite. So my family is not really. We have a couple musicians in the family, but my immediate family, the ones that I grew up with, not musical at all. But they really made it a point to put me and my brother through music, and it was kind of a little bit of sibling rivalry, I guess. My brother is really, really musically gifted. Just has perfect pitch by ear, like can pick up any instrument in like 6 months. And
For real.
for me, it's not really the same kind of way, but you know, I watched my brother sit down and master piano when I was 5, 6 years old, and I told my parents, okay, well, I want to try that, you know. And so I sat, did piano for a long time, and then it was really until I sat down on a drum kit. I was tapping on the desk in school. My teachers would get mad, and my math teacher, my algebra teacher, shout out Miss Shidoka, gave me the idea because I like looked up to artists. You know, Travis Barker from Blink 182 was, you know, I thought he was the coolest. Still think he's the coolest, and you know, but she put the idea in my head, pulling me out of class one day. Just said, "You're tapping on your hands, tapping on your feet. Like, why don't you just play the drums?" Like, I never thought about it before, and so I sat down on a drum kit. And as soon as I started playing on a drum kit, I knew that that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And so, yeah, the better part of 13 years just been working on mastering my craft and, you know, doing a couple little creative things here and there, still in the music scene. But I knew I wanted to be playing music full time. And so when it wasn't Mars, it was Aaron that sent me the music. I had met him at just another metal show, and we were both wearing the same T-shirt, kind of bonded out from that. But he sent me Clarity that Mars had written like long time ago, but they had just released it not too long before. And then as soon as I heard that song, and then like a very early version of Mutilate that sounds completely different to the one that's on Spotify now and all these platforms. I knew immediately that this band, okay, like this is something that I actually, this band is something that's going to be great, you know? And so definitely hopped on that as soon as I could. I was glad to get the offer.
Aaron texting George saying, just say yes.
Yeah, literally.
Just say yes.
The first message
Just
was
go.
bro,
Just say yes.
just say yes in all caps. Before I even heard the song, I was forced to say
And
it.
then
That's amazing.
literally, like, we met up a couple months after that, like not even a couple months, like very shortly after that. And he said that he was, you know, playing along to Clarity, and that was kind of like his tryout, because we were at another homie's house in his studio, in his apartment, and we just said, fuck it, move the couch, move everything out. George, you're setting up in here in the studio, and you're just going to play to it.
Yeah.
And, dude, he played it like that.
Perfect.
Like, I mean, it was still a little bit rusty. It was the very beginning of our, you know, of our partnership. But, dude,
You just knew.
I just knew. I just knew, like, there was potential there. Like, okay, this guy can fucking learn. This guy can learn and he can play. So
Yeah, you should see all the things that they give me right? When they write a new song. They'll send it to me, and it's just like, because they're not drummers. It sounds good. It sounds really really cool in the recording. I'm like, yeah, I need the 4 limbs if I want to play, or 6 different limbs if I want to play that. And so they're constantly bullying me with all the songs that they
like,
come
sorry,
out with.
George.
Yeah,
Sorry, George.
it's the caption on every time they send me a demo.
That's
but
an amazing work relationship though, because y'all challenging each other.
1,000%. And
1,000%.
that's another thing I really love about this band is like I grew up on like pop punk and Midwest emo and stuff like that, which is not nearly as complex and technical that metal is.
Yeah.
I've always listened to metal like in the later stages of my life, like from teenage years and onward, but never really played it like professionally. And so I was a little hesitant and a little skeptical. I'm like, do I even have the ability to do some of this? One day send me some demos, but sit there like hours turn into days, and then next thing you know, I'm playing along with it. So and I'm getting better, and I'm further developing my skills.
Like we just played a cover of a Loath song that we all really love, and at the very beginning he was like, oh, dude, like I don't think I can play that. And I was like, George, shut the fuck up. You can play that. You can play that.
Do it.
So fast forward to now, gave him a couple months, because I mean, obviously in between then we were all busy with like personal shit. So we finally locked in not too long ago, and we never played the song together live like that, like we did yesterday. And when I tell you everybody locked in, note for note, scream for scream, dude,
it was cool.
I got goosebumps, man. Like, I got goosebumps. Like we were playing, got to the breakdown chugging section, that whole ambience, I was like,
you felt it. You just knew. You're like, yeah, this is gonna be the one right here.
Yeah,
I was watching back some of the clips that we had because Mac, my brother, was holding my camera and just shooting for us to get some content out there. And like, there's a couple times Mars, you just hear Mars go, ooh, or making some like noises, like like he knew. Yeah, no, it was
That's
cool.
an amazing feeling to be in when you. How long have y'all been together?
February 2025 is when we all kind of got together and
officially
started.
Officially, that's when we became a band. Because for the longest time, it was just me and Isaac. But I mean, we weren't really doing anything. It was just mainly me, like just fucking around trying to find, okay, what do I want to do now, right? Because I had the ideas, but I was like, how do I translate that to now? And there's a couple demos. There's a few early songs that are still up on Spotify. Called Soft and track number 4 and stuff like that, but that's not really what Gloom is now.
Yeah, the shift from the songs that were there, and then our first single that we dropped together as a band was Mutilate, and the shift between those two songs.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah,
That's how it was for our podcast. Like, shout out to Biscuit Head Nick. Essentially that green wall right there that you see right there, that was our backdrop at first. So it started with just that.
Wow.
Just us sitting next to each other talking, and it turned into this, right? And so yes, it's not that big of a shift, but the thing is, it's a shift.
Yeah,
and so many people like don't think about that. They don't think about that little small step, that little small growth that you had within what you're doing. That lets you know that it's going in the right direction.
1,000%.
You know what I mean? You're taking at least a step toward climbing that mountain. You feel me? One question I did want to ask y'all too, because before we get into like some halftime questions I want to ask. What about the journey, or what about the music that has healed you?
Like apart from Gloom stuff?
Yeah, I mean Gloom or just anything, just a part of the journey. Like a lot of people, I feel like you might ask a metalhead, right? Like what about the music heals you? Right. And so many people, at least from, let's say, like my perspective, right, I don't know that many people that are into metal like that, right? I don't. So I can't ever speak for that community, technically.
I think going back to my point about like just like writing stuff down in a journal, I've always been like, well, not always, but when I got to that point and I was, really writing down my thoughts and kind of analyzing, I was dealing with a whole lot. but on my music journey, it's given me like a platform to turn that not into just bad thoughts in my head, but to get it out. And then like I'll write a song about it, or I'll just write down in my journal or my notes, how I was feeling that particular day, just getting it outside, and then turning it into a song, um, it's just like a healing process within itself. The first step is getting it out and out of my brain, and then I have fun turning that into something creative. And then I have even more fun when I'm up on a stage and I'm playing that song and it's resonating with the people. I'm seeing people enjoy themselves, and even crazier that people scream some of the lyrics that you wrote or just the songs back to you, and you see everybody vibing out. You're seeing your best friends rock out on stage. And it's just that entire process of first initial thought to now I'm playing it in front of an audience. That's
It's a
just
great
been
feeling, man.
it's such a great feeling.
It's a great feeling.
And then, these songs that we write that are, they always make you reflect back on that time. And, when we were playing Clarity up on stage at these Holy Water shows, like, I had tears down my face because, like, in this short amount of time, just about a year now, we played in front of an audience, going from nobodies to playing in front of 850 people.
Okay.
And then I lock in when I play my drums. Usually I'm looking down at my hands, but for a brief moment, we have a recording of it up on YouTube. I look up and I just see everybody just going like this, and I see crowd surfers up on the stage now.
Because you have that emotion, it's easy for everybody else to have that emotion.
1,000%. And then also, like, that was the song that connected all of us together, was that one song. And so, I understand the lyrics. I know what Mars was feeling when he wrote it, but the whole thing going from small town nobodies to playing up on the stage now, and then seeing my boys rock out playing that same song.
That song was the earliest Gloom song to ever exist. I wrote that song when I was 14 years old, bro. 14 years old, still young, still trying to understand. Like,
hold on. Time. You wrote that when you were 14.
I wrote it when I was 14 years old.
It
might have not sounded like it does today, but if you go on like my old SoundCloud and you search up my discography on there, it's on there. It's on there, and it's a completely different vibe. It was, I was dealing with a lot of abandonment from my biological father, so I was just trying to translate that into sound. Again, like, brings my point from earlier. How do I translate that feeling of devastation and stuff like that to music? And it was a lot of sleepless nights of me in my room trying to figure out, okay, what do I want Clarity to sound like? And the fact that the guys were okay with, reviving that song to what it is now was accepting, extremely accepting. And playing that song live for a bunch of people and hearing people scream back the lyrics at me, shining their phone lights and stuff like that, crowd surfing, like, that is what heals me, for sure.
You're sharing your testimony to people.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it.
That's a good way. It's a great way to put it.
You're literally giving people exactly what you go through, because most likely, not saying it's fair or it's okay, but maybe somebody in our audience went through exactly what you went
No, 100%, yeah. And that's kind of why I do this.
And even if they don't go through the same thing, that song is the beautiness of art. You look at a painting, and I might feel a certain way about the painting, and I'll try to describe the painting, and then the person right next to me I'm seeing this.
Seeing something.
You're a little kid,
different.
you're looking up at the clouds in the sky, and you see, I see a bird, I see a plane. It's like everybody has this different perspective. So like the song resonates them with their own way, even if it's not the way that is our exact feeling we intended it to. It still resonates with them, and that's the coolest feeling.
I love that, man. That's dope. So so before I get to the halftime question, I got one more question before I get to that. What do y'all have coming up next as far as like the band?
We have a lot
going on.
We have so much. So yeah, we're in the show mode now. So last year we have the music writing process and still kind of find our sound and stuff like that. And I think that we found that now it's just like we want to play in front of people. Those Holy Water shows, we're still right in the tail end of the buzz there, but we want that feeling again. So this year is just all, I mean, we're going to be writing. We have a couple planned singles that are coming out. No estimated date on that.
Yeah.
But it shows. So we have one in 2 weeks from now on February 27th.
27th?
It's a free show in San Antonio at the Elbow Room. Come out. But then we have Gazed and Confused
March 22nd.
on March 22nd. And then we're putting together like a little 3-day run with our friends in a band called Left for Dead.
Sick.
And after that, we probably will spend a little bit more time in the studio and finalizing some of our upcoming releases, and then it's right back.
Right back to playing shows.
Yeah.
We might be playing some new music too.
Yeah.
I'm pumped. So wait, have y'all shout out to Sir Cat. He's actually out in Florida. Kind of in y'all genre as well a little bit. He told me about there was like some underground spots out here in Austin. There's like a tunnel by the river or something.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
The tunnels.
Yeah.
Tunnels. Have y'all played in those?
Not yet.
Not
I want
yet,
to though. I
but
want to.
yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
do a little DIY show there.
Okay.
There's a couple. I know a couple of DJs that like throw little raves down there.
Yeah, that's what I was
but
gonna ask if y'all do like those little like just
We
pop
haven't done a pop up yet. For me, I've done a lot of pop ups and stuff like that. They kind of go well as far as like from my experience.
Yeah.
But I'm super open to doing the DIY stuff.
I think a
Super
pop
open.
up show, like a hardcore show or just a metal show down
Yeah.
in those sewers, like I live in a house now, but I was in a condo 6 months ago, and I would take my drums outside because I couldn't play in this little space, and I would sit underneath Mopac and just listening to that reverb just from the highway.
the
Like if
highway
we're
is
in an
crazy.
enclosed concrete cement box doing our thing,
Dude,
it's gonna
that's gonna
sound
resonate.
insane in there.
It's gonna
That's
sound
probably-
I
crazy.
can't. I
Whenever-
want that to happen.
Whenever
Have-
that happens, y'all
yeah.
invite me.
Oh,
please.
of
Dude,
course,
100%,
dude.
yeah.
Of
We'll send you the
course.
flyer. Come out, man.
Because I'll be there 100%. So, real quick,
Yes.
because I know we're coming up on time. I want to make sure I ask both of y'all this question, these two separate questions. So I want both of y'all to answer it however y'all feel or however y'all see fit. What's something that you want to bring awareness to in the world today, whether it be just in general or with your music?
Ooh,
That's a good question.
that's a good question. Bring awareness to. I think there's a lot of. I use the term lightly, but kind of like evilness in the world. I feel like a lot of people are feeling that there's entities out there that are rooting against them constantly, and they don't have their voice. But that's like the strongest thing is your voice. My voice is my music, but your voice is voicing that you want change to happen. Change in your life, change on the greater outside scope. I think there's a lot of things, that, not to get political, but I think everything being political now and politicized is making us divisive. And I think that, it's just bitter. But if you really want change, be the driver for that change.
Just do what you love, man. Like, if you love something and you want it to become your life, just fucking do it. Put your all into it, because it's not gonna be easy, and there's a lot of fakeness out there that make it seem like something that it's not, and it's the complete opposite. Like, if you want to do music, you're gonna be broke. You're gonna be broke. You're gonna be living like shit. You're gonna be in a fucking van with 6 dudes smelling like shit
By the river.
by the river, fucking trying to come up with money for a fucking hotel just to shower. But that's the beauty in it. That's the fun. That's the early stages before you start playing arenas, start having the money thrown at you to live and stuff like that. And that's something that I strive for, and I'm barely getting out of the shit.
Yeah.
I'm now getting comfortable and getting my life together. But I mean, that doesn't stop me from doing Gloom at all. It really doesn't. Gloom is my baby.
That what you just said put an analogy in my head, and obviously we always hear about the faith as a mustard seed, right? You hear about that and how all you have to have is just this amount of faith, and you can grow into the biggest tree. The
Mm-hmm.
mustard seed is it turns into one of the biggest trees. But the beautiful thing behind the seed is that it has to break, it has to stretch, it has to grow underneath everything before it sprouts.
Mm-hmm.
And like you just said, like you're just now starting to get there, but nobody sees all the work that you did leading up to that point.
100%. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that's beautiful how you just articulated, because it literally it I've been doing this for 6 years. You've been doing this since you were a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like you've been doing this for a while. So it's not like things can happen overnight, but once you find that accord, that everything is working in alignment, things just happen fast.
Mm-hmm. You got to take charge of it
I
too.
want to go back and change my answer, dude. My answer sucks compared to that.
Your answer was great though. I thought it was great.
I appreciate
But if
that.
you want to change it, you know
Nah,
what
it's
I'm
all
saying?
good.
Nah, but maybe this helps, because the last question of that, because it's a two-sided question,
Mhm.
right? It's one is the awareness. What is something that you want to say to not only our family, that the new people that are gonna be watching you, but to your fans? Like, what do you want to say personally to them?
I mean, keep it short and sweet. Just be on the lookout. Keep us on the radar. We have a lot of dope things that we're working on. Like, I think us, it's been sort of slow rollouts because we're perfectionists, but we want everything to be really, really good when it releases. But all the stuff that we have in the works, like we're not just not doing any work. There's a lot of things happening behind the scenes. So just get ready because we're taking over Texas this year.
Have faith in us, please. Be patient. I know that we're quiet a lot of the times, but we, like George said, we are working extremely fucking hard. We're working our asses off to bring out some new music for you guys. So thank you for sure.
And I can't wait for Halftime Family for y'all to not only see them perform live, but also to hopefully show up at one of y'all events one day.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Everybody's invited. Come
Everybody's
on out.
invited, man.
So,
Come out. The
if
flyers
you're in
are on the
Austin,
socials.
Y'all gonna be seeing, not only we're gonna make sure that we put their Instagram personally and also Gloom in there as well, and also show you the posters that y'all have on y'all's Instagram. Stuff, those are dope. And we'll show y'all exactly the events that they'll be going to. So make sure y'all tap in if you're around the city, be it Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, Austin, no matter where you at in Texas. Make sure you tap in with them, because I know a lot of you would love their music. So I can't wait to sit back and see what y'all do. I think what y'all gonna be doing is gonna be something amazing.
Thanks, man.
Y'all got our support here at Halftime. I know Nick gonna be so supportive of y'all both. So I'm sure y'all gonna see his DM or his follow here soon.
Yeah.
Once this comes out. But man, again, family, please tap in. These brothers are doing something amazing. Not only them, but also the other two bandmates with them as well. Man, be on the lookout for Gloom. Shout out to everybody that tapped into this episode. We love y'all. We thank y'all. Yeah.